Jisoo woke up with a scream. The pain in her head was back, the same pain that came with the strange pictures in her mind. She sat up in bed, her heart beating fast. "Not again," she whispered, looking at the clock. It was 5:13 a.m. Jisoo was 17 and lived with her grandfather Daho in New Seoul. Their apartment was small but clean, located on the 32nd floor of a massive building. Outside their window, the lights of the city blinked in the early morning darkness. New Seoul was one of the last big cities left on Earth after the resource wars. The year was 2187, and humans now lived on Mars, Europa, and many large asteroids. But Earth was still home to most people. Jisoo got up and walked to the bathroom. Her dark hair was stuck to her face with sweat. As she splashed cold water on her face, she saw the pictures again. Buildings falling, fire in the streets, people running, the Naviri ships in the sky. The Naviri were aliens who had come to our solar system 3 years ago. They wanted Earth's resources and didn't care about humans. Their attacks happened often now. "Jisoo, are you okay?" Her grandfather's voice came from outside the bathroom. "Yes, grandfather. Just a headache." Jisoo didn't want to worry him. The doctor said she had migraines and saw things that weren't real. But Jisoo knew they were wrong. The things she saw were real. They just hadn't happened yet. At breakfast, the news played on their small screen. Naviri ships spotted near Luna Base. All citizens should be ready for possible attacks today. Daho sighed. "Maybe we should stay home today." Jisoo shook her head. "I have a test today, and you need to go to work." She forced the smile. "We'll be fine." But as she walked to school, the pain came back stronger. Images flashed in her mind. The Central Market exploding, the North Bridge falling, the old theater in flames. She saw exactly where the bombs would hit. Jisoo checked the time. 9:42 a.m. In her vision, the attack started at 10:15 a.m. Without thinking, she changed direction and ran to the Central Market. It was crowded with morning shoppers. Jisoo pushed through the people, looking for anyone who would listen. "Please," she shouted. "Everyone needs to leave. There's going to be an attack." Most people ignored her. Some gave her angry looks. A security guard started walking toward her. Jisoo grabbed the arm of a woman with a small child. "Please, you need to leave now. Take the east exit, not the main one." Something in Jisoo's eyes must have convinced the woman. She nodded and hurried away, pulling her child with her. Jisoo spent the next 20 minutes trying to get as many people as possible to move away from the center of the market. Few listened, but she kept trying. At exactly 10:15, the air raid sirens started. Seconds later, the first Naviri bombs fell. The main entrance to the market exploded, just as Jisoo had seen in her vision. People screamed and ran. Jisoo stood still, watching as her vision became reality. She knew where the next bombs would fall and guided people away from those spots. "This way," she shouted, pointing away from the west corner that would be hit in 12 seconds. "Stay away from the fountain." From across the market, Captain Song of Earth's Defense Forces watched in confusion. He had been buying supplies when the attack started. Now he was seeing something impossible, a teenage girl who seemed to know exactly where the bombs would hit before they did. He saw her pull an old man away from a food stand seconds before a bomb destroyed it. Then she directed a group of children away from the center square right before it was hit. Captain Song started moving toward her. This was not luck or coincidence. The girl knew something. When the attack ended 15 minutes later, Captain Song found Jisoo sitting on a bench, exhausted. Her head was in her hands, and she was crying. "How did you know?" he asked simply. Jisoo looked up, her face pale. "I saw it," she whispered. "I always see it, but nobody ever believes me." Captain Song looked at the destruction around them, then back at the girl. "I believe you," he said. And in that moment, the war against the Naviri changed forever. 3 days after the market attack, Captain Song knocked on the door of Jisoo's apartment. Daho, Jisoo's grandfather, opened it with a worried look. Earth Defense Forces, Captain Song said, showing his ID. I need to speak with your granddaughter. Daho frowned but let him in. Jisoo sat at their small table, her hands wrapped around a cup of tea. She didn't look surprised to see the captain. You're here about what happened at the market, she said. It wasn't a question. Captain Song nodded and sat down across from her. You saved at least 30 lives that day. I watched you. You knew where the bombs would fall before they did. Daho looked between them, confused. Jisoo, what is he talking about? Jisoo sighed. I see things, grandfather, before they happen. The doctors call them hallucinations, but they're real. How long has this been happening? Captain Song asked. Since I was 12, Jisoo said. It started small, just feelings at first. Then I began to see clear pictures, but only of fighting or attacks. Never anything else. Captain Song leaned forward. Jisoo, I want you to come to a Defense Forces facility. We have scientists who might understand what's happening to you. No, Daho said firmly. My granddaughter is not a lab rat. Grandfather, Jisoo said softly. What if I could help? What if I could save more people? Captain Song left his contact information. Jisoo stared at it for 2 days, unsure what to do. Then her school was hit by a Naviri bombing. 3 of her classmates died. That night, she called Captain Song. The military facility was underground, safe from air attacks. Dr. Han, a small woman with short hair and kind eyes, met Jisoo at the entrance. Welcome, she said. Captain Song has told me about your ability. We've prepared some tests, if that's okay. Jisoo nodded, though her heart beat fast with fear. The first test was simple. Dr. Han showed Jisoo pictures of buildings and asked if she saw anything happening to them. Jisoo didn't. Nothing is going to happen to these places, she explained. I only see real attacks that will happen. Dr. Han thought for a moment. Let's try something different. They took Jisoo to a large room with screens on every wall. The screens showed a computer game of soldiers fighting aliens. This is a combat simulation, Dr. Han explained. Our soldiers train with it. Just watch and tell me if you see anything. As soon as the simulation started, Jisoo's head began to hurt. Images flashed in her mind. She pointed to the left screen. The aliens will come from behind that hill in 12 seconds, she said. Everyone watched in silence. Exactly 12 seconds later, 3 alien figures appeared from behind the hill. For the next hour, Jisoo called out every move in the simulation before it happened. She was right every time. 37 seconds, Dr. Han said finally, looking at her data. That's how far ahead you can see. Captain Song was amazed. How is this possible? I have a theory, Dr. Han said. Throughout human history, war has been constant. Perhaps the human brain has evolved in response. Jisoo may represent the next step, a specialized form of precognition that activates only in combat situations. What does that mean? Jisoo asked, tired from the tests. It means, Captain Song said, that you could change everything about how we fight this war. Later that night, as Jisoo prepared to return home, Dr. Han showed her one more thing, a small device that looked like a thin headband. We call it Shadow's Edge, Dr. Han said. It might help focus your ability, maybe even extend it. Would you be willing to try it? Jisoo touched the device carefully. Will it stop the headaches? I hope so, Dr. Han said. But more importantly, it might help us save millions of lives. Jisoo thought of her school, her dead classmates, her frightened grandfather. Then she nodded. I'll try it, she said. When do we start? Captain Song smiled. Tomorrow. The Naviri are planning something big. We're going to need you. Jisoo took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the world suddenly on her shoulders. But for the first time since her visions began, she felt like they might have a purpose. "I'll be ready," she said. Jisoo sat in a cold metal chair, while Dr. Han attached small sensors to her temples. The Shadow's Edge device rested on her head like a thin silver crown. "Will it hurt?" Jisoo asked, trying to keep her voice steady. "You might feel pressure," Dr. Han said. "If it gets too painful, tell me right away, and we'll stop." Captain Song stood nearby, his arms crossed. "General Park wants results quickly. The Naviri are sending more ships every day." "I won't rush this," Dr. Han said firmly. "Jisoo is not a weapon. She's a person." Jisoo appreciated Dr. Han's words, but she knew the truth. To the military, she was a tool, a way to win the war. Dr. Han turned on the device. At first, Jisoo felt nothing. Then a warm feeling spread through her head. The usual pain that came with her visions was gone, replaced by a gentle hum. "How do you feel?" Dr. Han asked. "Good," Jisoo said, surprised. "Better than normal." They showed her combat simulations again. This time, Jisoo could see further ahead in the battles. Not just 37 seconds, but over a minute. The images were clearer too. "It's working," Dr. Han said, checking her instruments. "The device is amplifying her natural ability." For a week, Jisoo trained with the Shadow's Edge. Each day, her precognitive window grew longer. By the 8th day, she could see almost 2 minutes into the future of any combat situation. That night, alarms rang throughout the facility. Captain Song rushed into the training room where Jisoo was working. "The Naviri are attacking the eastern defense line," he said. "It's their biggest attack yet. We need you now." Jisoo's heart raced. This wasn't a simulation anymore. This was real. They took her to a command center filled with screens showing the battle. Soldiers were dying as Naviri ships broke through Earth's defenses. Jisoo put on the Shadow's Edge and focused on the battle. Immediately, visions filled her mind. She could see what would happen next, where the Naviri would strike, which defenses would fall, how Earth's forces could counter. "They'll hit Section 7 in 90 seconds, she said. "Move the 3rd Squadron to these coordinates." She pointed to a map. The commanders looked at Captain Song, who nodded. "Do what she says." They followed Jisoo's instructions. When the Naviri attacked Section 7, Earth's forces were waiting. For the first time in months, humans successfully defended against a major Naviri assault. Again, Captain Song said, "What's coming next?" For 3 hours, Jisoo guided Earth's defense. Her head throbbed with pain as the Shadow's Edge pushed her ability to its limits. But she didn't stop. Each prediction saved lives. When the battle finally ended, Jisoo collapsed in her chair. Earth had won. The Naviri had retreated. General Park himself came to meet her, his face stern but respectful. "You saved thousands of lives today," he said. The Naviri expected an easy victory. Instead, they met the most effective defense we've ever mounted. Jisoo was too tired to respond. The Shadow's Edge had drained her completely. "She needs rest," Dr. Han insisted, removing the device from Jisoo's head. A thin line of blood trickled from her nose. Later, in a quiet room, Captain Song visited Jisoo. "How do you feel?" he asked. "Tired," Jisoo said, "but good. I helped." Captain Song nodded. "More than you know. Word is spreading among our forces about the combat seer. You've given people hope." "What happens now?" Jisoo asked. "The general wants to form a special squad around you," Captain Song said. "Elite soldiers trained to act on your visions. I'll lead it, if you agree." Jisoo thought about how it felt to save lives instead of just watching disasters happen. For years, her visions had been a curse. Now they had purpose. "I'll do it," she said. "But I want my grandfather moved somewhere safe." Captain Song smiled. "Already done. He's being taken to the Luna base tomorrow." Jisoo looked out the window at the night sky. Somewhere up there, the Naviri were planning their next attack. But now, for the first time, Earth had a way to see it coming. "When do we start?" she asked. "Tomorrow," Captain Song said. "We're calling the team Echo Squad, and you are our most important member." Jisoo sat in the briefing room, looking at the 4 soldiers who would form Echo Squad with her. They were the best fighters Earth had to offer, handpicked for this special team. Lieutenant Min stood at the front of the room. He was tall and serious, with short hair and a face that rarely smiled. "I am the tactical leader of Echo Squad," he said. "I make the final decisions in the field." Jisoo could tell Lieutenant Min didn't fully trust her abilities yet. He nodded politely to her, but his eyes held doubt. Next was Sergeant Bora, an older woman with many battle scars and calm eyes. "I fought the Naviri for 3 years," she said. "I'll teach you how to stay alive out there." Jisoo liked Sergeant Bora right away. She didn't look at Jisoo like she was a strange experiment or a child. She looked at her like a soldier. Corporal Jun was Echo Squad's tech expert. His job was to maintain the Shadow's Edge device and make sure Jisoo's visions could be shared with the team. He was quiet and smart, with quick hands and a nervous smile. Last was Private Eun, the youngest member besides Jisoo. She was only 19, with a friendly face and quick movements. "I'm the best pilot in the Defense Forces," she said proudly. "I'll get us where we need to go." Captain Song explained how the team would work. "Jisoo will see the combat before it happens. She'll tell us where to go and what to do. Our job is to act on her information quickly and without question. And if her information is wrong?" Lieutenant Min asked. The room went quiet. Jisoo felt everyone looking at her. "Then we die," Captain Song said simply. But she hasn't been wrong yet. Training began the next day. Jisoo learned basic fighting skills from Sergeant Bora. She wasn't expected to fight, but she needed to know how to protect herself. Corporal Jun worked on improving the Shadow's Edge device. "I've made it smaller," he told Jisoo, showing her a new version that looked like a thin silver band. "It should be more comfortable now." Private Eun taught Jisoo about the team's transport ship. "If we get separated, you need to know how to fly this thing home," she explained. Only Lieutenant Min kept his distance. He watched Jisoo carefully during training exercises, but said little to her directly. After 2 weeks of training, Echo Squad received its first real mission. A Naviri force was attacking the water processing plant in what used to be old Australia. If the plant was destroyed, millions would lose clean water. On the flight there, Jisoo put on the Shadow's Edge. The familiar warm feeling spread through her mind as her visions became clearer. "I see them," she said, eyes closed. 3 main attack groups. The largest one is a distraction. The real target is the control room on the east side. Lieutenant Min looked skeptical. "All our intelligence says they're targeting the main pumps in the west building." "The intelligence is wrong," Jisoo said firmly. "They want us to focus on the west while they destroy the controls in the east." Captain Song looked between them. "This is why Echo Squad exists, Lieutenant. We trust her visions." When they arrived at the plant, Earth forces were already defending the west building, just as traditional intelligence had suggested. On Captain Song's orders, Echo Squad headed east. Just as Jisoo had seen, a small but powerful Naviri strike team was breaking into the control room. Echo Squad caught them by surprise. The fight was quick and fierce. Sergeant Bora moved like she could see the future herself, taking down 3 Naviri soldiers. Private Eun proved her skills weren't limited to flying. Corporal Jun used tech devices to disable Naviri weapons. And Lieutenant Min, following Jisoo's moment-by-moment guidance, led the team flawlessly. When it was over, the plant was safe. No human lives were lost. On the flight back, Lieutenant Min sat next to Jisoo. "I was wrong to doubt you," he said. "You saw exactly what would happen." Jisoo nodded, too tired to speak. The Shadow's Edge always drained her energy. "Get some rest," Lieutenant Min said, his voice softer than before. "Echo Squad has more work to do tomorrow." As Jisoo closed her eyes, she felt something new. She belonged somewhere now. This strange, deadly gift of hers had found its purpose. And Echo Squad was her family. For 3 months, Echo Squad won every fight. They stopped Naviri attacks across Earth. Jisoo's visions never failed them. The team moved as one, their trust in each other growing stronger with each mission. Echo Squad became famous. People called them the Future Fighters. Children made up games pretending to be them. For the first time in years, humans felt they could win this war. Then came the mission to protect Earth's main communications array in the northern mountains. "This is important," Captain Song told the team. "If we lose this array, all our colonies lose contact with Earth. We can't let that happen." Jisoo put on the shadow's edge and focused. Her visions came quickly. "The Naviri will attack from 3 directions," she said. "But something feels different this time." "Different how?" Lieutenant Min asked. Jisoo shook her head. "I don't know. The visions are cloudy, like something is blocking them." Captain Song looked worried. "Could the Naviri have found a way to interfere with your ability?" "I don't think so," Jisoo said, "but we should be extra careful." The team flew to the communications array. It sat on top of a mountain, surrounded by snow. Huge dishes pointed up at the sky, connecting Earth to its colonies on Mars and Europa. As soon as they landed, Jisoo felt uneasy. "Something's wrong," she said. "I can't see clearly." Private Eun touched her arm. "It's okay. We trust you. Just tell us what you can see." Jisoo closed her eyes. "They're coming from the north, east, and west. But the north group is waiting for something." Echo Squad split up. Captain Song and Lieutenant Min went east. Sergeant Bora went west. Corporal Jun stayed at the command center. Jisoo and Private Eun headed north to check on the strange group Jisoo had seen. As they moved through the snow, Jisoo suddenly stopped. A new vision hit her like a punch. "It's a trap," she yelled into her radio. "They wanted us to split up." But it was too late. From the snow around them, Naviri soldiers appeared. They wore special white armor that made them hard to see. Private Eun pushed Jisoo behind her and started firing her weapon. "Run!" Private Eun shouted. "Get back to the others." Jisoo turned to run, but more Naviri blocked her path. She heard fighting through her radio. The whole team was under attack. A Naviri soldier grabbed Jisoo's arm. She fought back, using the moves Sergeant Bora had taught her. But there were too many of them. Another soldier grabbed Private Eun. Jisoo felt a sharp pain as someone ripped the shadow's edge from her head. Without it, her visions became wild and painful. She saw flashes of what would happen next, but they came too fast to understand. The last thing she saw was Captain Song running toward her, shouting her name. Then something hit her head, and everything went black. Jisoo woke up in a small metal room. Private Eun lay unconscious nearby. The room hummed and vibrated slightly. "We're on a ship," Jisoo realized. The Naviri had taken them. Private Eun groaned and opened her eyes. "Jisoo, are you hurt?" "I'm okay," Jisoo said. But they took the shadow's edge. The door to their room slid open. A tall Naviri entered. They looked almost human, except for their pale blue skin and large black eyes. This one wore a uniform with many marks on it. The leader. The Naviri looked at Jisoo with great interest. "So you are the one," it said in rough human language, "the one who sees before it happens." Jisoo stayed silent, afraid but trying not to show it. "We have been looking for you," the Naviri continued. "You are the reason we started losing. A human child who can see the future. Very interesting." Private Eun moved in front of Jisoo. "Leave her alone." The Naviri ignored her. "Do not worry, future seer. We will not kill you. You are too valuable. We want to understand how you do what you do." Jisoo felt cold fear in her stomach. The Naviri had been hunting for her specifically. This wasn't a random capture. The entire attack had been designed to get her. My team will come for us, Jisoo said. The Naviri made a sound like laughter. We are already far from Earth. Your team cannot help you now. As the Naviri left, Jisoo closed her eyes, trying to see what would happen next. Without the shadow's edge, her visions were painful and unclear. But she saw something new, a vision that went much further into the future than ever before. And what she saw terrified her. Jisoo lost track of time on the Naviri ship. Days blurred together. The Naviri kept her and Private Yun in separate rooms most of the time. They only let them see each other during meals. We need to escape, Private Yun whispered during one meal. Captain Song will be looking for us. But we can't just wait. Jisoo nodded, but she wasn't sure escape was possible. The ship was huge, with many Naviri soldiers, and something strange was happening to her mind. Without the shadow's edge to control her visions, Jisoo's ability was changing. At first, the visions had been painful and confusing. But as days passed, they became clearer and longer. She could now see combat scenarios minutes ahead, not just seconds. The Naviri studied her every day. They connected her to machines and showed her battles on screens, watching how she responded. Their leader, Commander Vax, asked many questions. How long have you had this power? Vax asked. Since I was 12, Jisoo answered. She saw no reason to lie about this. And only for combat. Nothing else. Jisoo nodded. Only fighting and danger. Never anything else. Commander Vax seemed fascinated. You are not the first, you know. We have found others like you on other worlds. This surprised Jisoo. Others who can see the future. Yes, rare individuals who develop this ability when their species faces extinction. A survival adaptation. Vax moved closer. But you are the first human. And you are stronger than the others we found. That night, alone in her room, Jisoo had the strongest vision yet. She saw not minutes but hours into the future. She saw Naviri ships gathered around a huge fleet. But these ships weren't attacking Earth. They were running from something else. Jisoo gasped as the vision continued. She saw strange black ships unlike anything she'd ever seen before. They moved like living things, flowing through space without lights or visible engines, and they were destroying everything in their path. The vision ended, leaving Jisoo shaking. She understood now. The Naviri weren't just invaders. They were refugees, fleeing from something worse. The next day, when Commander Vax came to study her again, Jisoo spoke first. You're running from something, she said. Your home is gone, isn't it? Vax stared at her. Your power is growing. Yes, our homeworld was destroyed by the Void Collective. They consume all life in their path. Earth is not our enemy. We simply need your resources to prepare for the greater war coming. You could have asked for help, Jisoo said. Humans might have helped you. Would you? Vax asked. Would you share your world with strangers when you barely have enough for yourselves? Jisoo had no answer for that. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the ship. Vax rushed out. Jisoo's door locked automatically. She closed her eyes, seeking a vision of what was happening. It came easily now, without pain. She saw Earth ships attacking the Naviri vessel. Captain Song had found them. Jisoo concentrated harder, pushing her ability further than ever before. She saw the entire battle unfold in multiple possible ways. In most versions, the rescue failed. But in one path, there was a chance. Her door slid open. Private Yun stood there with a stolen Naviri weapon. Come on, she shouted. Earth forces are here. This is our chance. They ran through the corridors of the ship. Jisoo guided them, using her visions to avoid Naviri soldiers. Left here. Wait 3 seconds. Now right. She called out, seeing each danger before it appeared. They reached a docking bay, just as a small Earth shuttle broke through the defenses. The door opened, revealing Captain Song and Lieutenant Min. Run, Captain Song shouted. firing at pursuing Naviri soldiers. Jisoo and Private Yun sprinted across the bay. Just before reaching the shuttle, Jisoo turned back. Commander Vax stood watching, making no move to stop them. Their eyes met. In that moment, Jisoo had her most powerful vision yet. She saw days into the future. She saw the Void Collective arriving in the solar system. She saw Earth and the Naviri fighting separately, and both losing. Then she saw another possibility: humans and Naviri fighting together against the true enemy. "They're coming here next," Jisoo said to Vax. "The Void Collective. We'll all die unless we work together." Then she turned and jumped into the shuttle, carrying the most important vision of her life, one that would change the fate of two species forever. "They won't believe you," Captain Song said as their shuttle headed back to Earth. "The military leaders will never trust anything a Naviri told you." Jisoo looked out at the stars. It wasn't just what Commander Vax said. "I saw it myself. The Void Collective is real, and they're coming here next." Back on Earth, medical staff checked Jisoo carefully. Without the Shadow's Edge device, her brain showed new patterns of activity. Her ability was changing, growing stronger. "The device was limiting you," Dr. Han explained, looking at the brain scans. "It focused your power, but also controlled it. Now your natural ability is expanding." General Park and the Defense Council wanted to hear about the Naviri ship, but they weren't interested in Jisoo's warnings about the Void Collective. "The girl was held captive and probably brainwashed," one council member said. "We can't trust anything she says about a supposed greater enemy." Jisoo felt frustrated. Her visions were getting clearer every day, showing her the Void Collective's ships approaching the solar system. But no one would listen. Captain Song, now promoted to Major Song for the successful rescue mission, finally had an idea. "The Shadow's Edge device," he said. "It recorded your visions, didn't it?" Jisoo nodded. "Corporal June set it up to store what I saw. And we recovered the device during the rescue," Major Song said. "If we can show them actual recordings of what you saw." They took the data from the Shadow's Edge to Dr. Han. She worked for 2 days to extract the stored visions. What they found shocked everyone. The last vision Jisoo had on the Naviri ship, the one showing the Void Collective attacking both humans and Naviri, had been recorded, and it was terrifying. The Defense Council meeting room was silent as they watched the recording. The strange black ships moved like living shadows, destroying everything in their path. "This is what's coming," Jisoo said when the recording ended. "The Naviri aren't running to us. They're running from them." General Park's face was grim. "Even if this is true, what are you suggesting?" "That we ally with the aliens who have been killing us for 3 years. "Yes," Jisoo said simply, "or we all die." The debate lasted for days. Many military leaders refused to consider working with the Naviri. But the recording from the Shadow's Edge was convincing. Finally, General Park made a decision. "We will attempt contact with the Naviri leadership," he announced. "Not surrender, but a ceasefire to discuss this threat." Jisoo felt relief wash over her. It was a start. The first meeting between human and Naviri leaders happened on a neutral space station. Jisoo insisted on being there. Echo Squad came as her protection. Commander Vax led the Naviri delegation. When he saw Jisoo, he nodded slightly. "Your visions grow stronger," he said. "I can see it in your eyes." "I've seen what's coming," Jisoo replied. "Have you told your leaders the truth about the Void Collective?" "Yes. They didn't believe me at first, just as your people didn't believe you." Vax looked at the human leaders. "But now we have no choice but to work together." The talks were difficult. Years of war had built deep hatred between humans and Naviri. But the evidence of the Void Collective's approach was too strong to ignore. After 3 days, they reached an agreement, a temporary alliance against the common enemy. As Jisoo left the meeting room, Dr. Han approached her with a new device. It looked similar to the Shadow's Edge, but smaller and more elegant. "I call it Eclipse," Dr. Han said. It won't limit your abilities like the old device. Instead, it will help you share your visions directly with military commanders. Jisoo took the new device carefully. When will the Void Collective arrive? Dr. Han looked worried. Our long-range sensors detected unusual activity at the edge of the solar system. If your visions are correct, we have less than a month to prepare. Jisoo nodded, placing the Eclipse device on her head. Immediately, her mind filled with visions of the coming war. But this time, she also saw something new. A small weakness in the Void Collective's approach. A possible path to victory. Get Echo Squad ready, she said. We have work to do. The ceasefire between humans and Naviri was tense. After years of fighting, neither side trusted the other, but the threat of the Void Collective forced them to work together. Jisoo stood in the new Joint Command Center, watching humans and Naviri prepare for war. The Eclipse device on her head felt lighter than the old Shadow's Edge. Instead of controlling her visions, it helped her share them with others. The Void ships will reach Mars in 12 days, she told the commanders. They move faster than our fastest ships, and they consume all life they touch. Commander Vax nodded. On our homeworld, they turned cities to dust in hours. Nothing stopped them. Nothing stopped them then, Major Song corrected. But you didn't have Jisoo. The joint forces created a new plan. Earth ships would defend the outer planets, while Naviri ships protected the inner system. Together, they might slow the Void Collective's advance. Jisoo's visions grew stronger each day. She could now see combat situations happening days in the future, across multiple possible paths. The strain hurt her body. She often got nosebleeds and headaches after using her ability for too long. You need to rest, Dr. Han insisted. I can't, Jisoo said. People are counting on me. One morning, Jisoo had a surprise visitor, her grandfather Daho, brought from the Luna base. Jisoo, he cried, hugging her tight. Look at you, so thin and tired. Jisoo felt tears in her eyes. Grandfather, I've missed you. Daho looked at the Eclipse device on her head. Is that thing hurting you? It's helping me save people, Jisoo said. But yes, sometimes it hurts. Her grandfather frowned. You're still a child. This burden should not be yours. I'm not a child anymore, Jisoo said softly. Not since the vision started. That afternoon, Major Song called Jisoo to a special meeting. Echo Squad was being reformed. Lieutenant Min, Sergeant Bora, Corporal Jun, and Private Yun were there. But now, 4 Naviri soldiers joined them too. This is the first Joint Human Naviri Special Operations Team, Major Song explained. You'll work directly with Jisoo, acting on her visions in real time. The Naviri soldiers looked as uncomfortable as the humans. One of them, a female named Lex, spoke up. How do we know we can trust her visions? She asked. What if she leads us into a trap? Lieutenant Min, who once had the same doubts, answered. Her visions have never been wrong. Not once. Jisoo used the Eclipse device to share a vision with them all, showing how the Void ships would attack Mars. Both humans and Naviri in the room saw exactly what she saw. That's amazing, Lex said, her doubt turning to wonder. Over the next week, the Joint Echo Squad trained together. At first, there was anger and distrust. Old enemies don't become friends overnight. But slowly, they began to work as one unit. Jisoo spent time with each member, helping them understand her visions. The Naviri were especially interested in her ability. On my world, we had stories of seers, Lex told her during a break. People who could see danger before it came. We thought they were just myths. I used to wish my ability was just a myth, Jisoo said. I thought it was a curse. And now? Lex asked. Jisoo thought about it. Now I think it's a tool. Maybe the only tool that can save us all. On the night before the Void Collective was expected to reach Mars, Jisoo couldn't sleep. Her visions kept showing her different futures, most ending in defeat, but one path, narrow and unlikely, led to victory. Major Song found her staring out at the stars. "You should rest," he said. "Tomorrow will be hard." "I keep seeing one chance," Jisoo said. "Just one way we might win. But it requires something impossible." "What?" Major Song asked. Jisoo turned to him, her eyes tired but determined. "The void ships have a command center. A brain. If we can reach it and disrupt it, the whole fleet will fall into chaos. How do we find this command center?" "That's the impossible part," Jisoo said. "Someone has to get inside the main void ship. And I think that someone has to be me." The Void Collective arrived at Mars just as Jisoo had foreseen. Their ships looked like living shadows, moving as one great body across space. Where they touched, nothing survived. From the command center on Earth's largest space station, Jisoo watched through the eyes of the Eclipse device. Her visions now reached further than ever before, showing her entire battles before they happened. "They're attacking in 3 waves," she said. "The first 2 are distractions. The third will go for the Mars colonies." Thanks to her warning, the joint human-Naviri fleet was ready. When the void ships attacked, they met strong resistance. For the first time, the Void Collective was forced to retreat and regroup. "It's working," General Park said, his voice filled with hope. "They didn't expect us to know their plans." "This is just the beginning," Jisoo warned. "They learn quickly. They'll change their approach." She was right. The next attack came differently, with the void ships splitting into smaller groups. Jisoo's head pounded as she tried to track them all, seeing dozens of possible futures at once. The Eclipse device transmitted her visions to all allied ships in real time. This gave them a huge advantage, but the Void Collective's numbers were overwhelming. After 3 days of constant fighting, Jisoo could barely stand. The strain of using her ability without rest had pushed her body to its limits. But she refused to stop. "I need to be on the front line," she told Major Song. "My visions are strongest when I'm closer to the battle." "It's too dangerous," he argued. "The whole plan depends on me getting close to their command ship," Jisoo reminded him. "We've discussed this. It's the only way." Major Song finally agreed. Echo Squad would take Jisoo to the battle in their fastest ship. Lieutenant Min would command, with both human and Naviri soldiers working together. As they prepared to leave, Jisoo's grandfather came to say goodbye. "You've carried this burden for too long," Daho said, tears in his eyes. "I wish it had never fallen to you." Jisoo hugged him. "My whole life, I thought my visions were a curse. Now I know they were preparing me for this moment." The journey to the front line was dangerous. Void ships attacked them twice. Each time, Jisoo's warnings saved them. When they reached the main battle, Jisoo was hit by the strongest vision yet. She saw the entire war unfolding across multiple possible futures. In most of them, the Void Collective won. But in one path, one narrow, unlikely path, there was victory. "I can see it," she said, her voice strained. "The command node. It's in the center of the largest ship. If we can hit it with an electromagnetic pulse, it will disrupt their hive-mind connection." "How do we get that close?" Lieutenant Min asked. Jisoo pointed to a small gap in the Void Fleet's formation. "There. For exactly 37 seconds, there will be an opening. We can get through, but the timing must be perfect." Echo Squad prepared for the most dangerous mission of their lives. The human and Naviri soldiers, once bitter enemies, now moved as one team. Jisoo guided them through the battle with second-by-second instructions. "Left now. Wait 3 seconds. Full speed ahead. Stop." Following her directions exactly, they slipped through the Void Fleet's defenses. The giant command ship loomed before them, black and terrifying. "We have one chance," Jisoo said. "I'll keep guiding you as long as I can." The strain was too much. Blood ran from her nose as she pushed her ability beyond its limits. But she held on, seeing each move before it happened. Echo Squad fought their way into the heart of the command ship. At Jisu's direction, they placed the electromagnetic pulse device exactly where it would do the most damage. 10 seconds to activate, Corporal Jun reported. Jisu saw one last vision. The pulse spreading through the Void Fleet, breaking their connection, throwing them into chaos. "It's going to work," she whispered, as darkness took her. She woke days later in a medical bay. Major Song sat beside her bed. "We won," he said simply. The Void Collective retreated. Without their hive mind connection, they couldn't fight as one. Jisu tried to sit up. "The team. All alive. You saved them. You saved everyone." Jisu looked out the window at the stars. For the first time in years, her mind was quiet. No visions filled her head. "What happens now?" she asked. Major Song smiled. 3 more alien species have contacted Earth. They want to meet the human who can see the shadows of time. Jisu thought about the long journey that had brought her here. From a frightened girl with painful visions to the person who had helped save 2 species from destruction. "I'm ready," she said, stepping toward her new future, one that for once she couldn't see coming.